Myself, I am Muhammad Nasir Bidal, I enrolled in Tech October 2011 with WWS, and I'm working.
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Since October 2011, I'm enrolled with WWS. I'm pleased to. I'm very happy to attend in this course, research methodology. I hope I learned a lot during this session, during this semester.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
So, Mr. Mohammed Nasir, I think you are in the final semester and you are final student, am I right? Mr. Mohammed Nasir, you are in final semester, yes? All right. So I think Ms. Masuda and Mr. Mohammed Nasir also should attend this class as they are in last semester for finishing their MBA. Okay. So you are new student. I want to say welcome to you, and then I will share and send the previous slides and files to you by email. So please send me your email to this. Now I'm typing my email in chat box. So you can. All right, thank you. But if it's possible, please send test email to me. I wrote my email address in the chat box, and then I will reply to your email by attachment of the previous slide. All right. If you can hear me very well and students ready, can we start the fifth session? Okay, what about now? Can you hear me now very well or no? Mr. Akmal and Ms. Mina, can you hear me very well? Because you have a problem.
Actually, I don't have a problem of hearing you, but there is some strange voice with your voice either.
All right, because today we have some problem with the Cisco system, as I cannot share my slides. Maybe today, we got some problem. So if you can hear me, I can start. If you cannot hear me very well, maybe we can do something else.
No problem. Personally, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Because your voice is very clear, Mr. Akmal. I can hear you very well.
Your voice is also clear, but there is some strange sound after when you're stopping your voice. Speech.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where's the problem, so it's better I can start. All right? Because I
Yeah, there
cannot
is some
fix
problem.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I cannot fix it. So thank you, Mr. Akmal.
Okay.
I hope the problem solved and we have a clear sound for the rest of the class. All right. Okay. Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a fifth class about research methodology. For the first class, we talk about background of the research, how you can write your research, chapter 1. We talk about research objective, research question, and problem statement. And then we talk about literature review in second class. And then we talk about conceptual framework and the research design. And last session we talked about conceptual framework, and today we want to talk about research design. About getting a project started, as I mentioned before, first we should identify a topic or area of interest. Okay, sorry, I think some of the students can't hear me now. Dear student, can you hear me now? I'm so sorry that Mr. Akmal and Miss Mina cannot hear me because I don't know where's the problem and I cannot do anything. Alright. Okay, I will continue my presentation. And then if you cannot get my voice, so I will email to you. You can read it yourself because I don't know what should I do about the problem now. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, you can follow the slide if you cannot hear me. All right. So about overview, getting the project started. As I mentioned to you before, first we should identify a topic or area of interest. As I asked the students that they prepare their topic and the research area. Then we should have a key transition is from topic to question, and then identify puzzle literature and should be able to state question in 1 or 2 sentences. It means a research question, and then clearly define the purpose of the project. Okay, research objective. And once you have a question, you need a hypothesis about the answer. So I think most of you have done the first part. I mean, you identify your topic and research area, and also you should do research question and research objective. And now I think most of you in the literature part. So after that, you may make some hypotheses about the theory and your research. Okay, and then from theory to hypothesis, once you have a question, turn to various methods of theory development, maybe deduction or induction, that I explained to you about deductive and inductive research approach in last session. And today we want to talk about research design. So what is the research design? A master plan that specifies the method and procedure for collecting and analyzing needed information. So all the data and information that you need and you collect and analyze for your research can be in a master plan that we call it research design. So the task involved in a research design, first you should define the information needed, then design the exploratory, descriptive, or casual phases of the research. Okay, that today we want to talk about this part. Then you should scaling, and then, for example, construct a questionnaire if you have a survey, and then sampling and process the data. So for today, we talk about the second part. The process of research design includes 3 parts: research choices, research strategies, and time horizon. Okay? I will explain about each of them later. So the research design needs clear objective derived from the research question. So as you see, in every session that we talk about the research, again and again we face to have a clear objective and clear question. So as in the first session I told you, the most important thing in your research is clear objective research and clear question research, that they are 2 sides of the mirror. And the objective should drive from your research question. This is very important. For research design, again, we need to have clear objectives that derive from the research question. Then to specify sources of data collection and to consider, concentrate, and ethical issues. We talked about it in ethical issues before. And then valid reasons for your choice of design. Okay, about research purpose, we can have a classification. The first one is exploratory research, the second one is descriptive studies or research, and the third one is explanatory studies. Alright, now I have a question from one of the students. She asked me, what is research question? So I think because Ms. Masuda is a new student and today is the first session for her, so any of the students can answer her. What is research question? Any of a student can answer Ms. Masuda? What is research question? Okay, Mr. Akmal, can you answer now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Actually, the research question is relating to the objective of the research, because actually we are doing the research for something.
Yeah.
So when we select our goal or our objective for the research, we have to do some or have to create some question to approach us for our objective state already. So, for example, we want to do our case study. So we should know for which purpose we are doing the case study. So for this purpose, we have to create some questionnaire to conduct, to ask people, or to do our research according to this question to help us to find the answer or solution for the objectives.
Yes, correct, exactly. So, Ms. Masuda, is it clear for you now? What is the research question? All right, thank you, Mr. Akmal. It's very good explanation. Yes, research question means the first step that you can take it in your research. You should ask, what is this research about? What should I want to do and why? All right, all of them depends on your research question. And when you talk about research question, exactly you should talk about your research objective. It means they are two sides of one coin, okay? So always you can drive the research question from your research objective. This is another important thing. And for the first step of your starting your research, you should think about the research question. Exactly what you want to do and why. All right? This is the research question. And Mr. Lal Mahmoud also, Mr. Lal Mohammed mentioned that to collect information regarding our research. So this is research question. And I want to tell you that in my laptop, the slides shows very well. So I don't know why some of the students told me that I should rotate it, because in my screen it's okay. So I think today there are lots of problems in the system, because I can see that slide very well, but you need to rotate it. So I don't know what exactly happened today. So I ask you to be patient and just let me finish the slides. Then I will email to you and you can read them later, because I cannot rotate. If now I rotate, I cannot see it. All right. So back to our slides. Classification of the research purpose. I mentioned exploratory research, descriptive, and explanatory. Okay, for explaining these three parts these three types of purpose of research. For exploration, we can say that generally exploration not sufficient for dissertation project. Okay, so most of the time the dissertation or exploration and explanation together, or exploration or description together. About description, this can be the goal if significant new facts or relations are identified, okay? Usually need to at least speculate on explanation. Again, I said explanation and description can be mixed. And explanation, central goal of most political science research, okay? About research design, we can say exploratory research, that it means to gain ideas and insight. Descriptive research, meaning to obtain summary measures to address research question. Research objective are clearly defined, alright? And about causal research, it means cause and effect research. Connection between, for example, managerial decision and market outcome. Yes, Mr. Akmal mentioned that exploratory means investigate information. Explanatory means to explain or describe. It's correct, but these two definitions that you mentioned, it's not enough. We can make it more complete with that side. All right, but this is correct. Yes. So about exploratory research techniques, if we do exploratory research, so we can use many techniques. For example, you can use secondary data analysis. That secondary data are data previously collected as a sample for some project other than the one at hand. Okay, you can do pilot study. For example, I think Dr. Barak wants to do the business plan because he wants to set up the new business in Afghanistan. So, for example, he can do pilot study, all right, as a business plan. All right. The other technique is focus group interview or projective technique. Okay, about exploratory research techniques, also you can do case study or experience survey. For case study, it means intensively investigate one or a few situations similar to the problem situation, okay? And for experience survey, it means individuals for knowledge about the particular research problem or question. Survey means just, you should do spread a lot of questionnaire, and then by the answer you can get feedback and do your survey. So whenever you say survey means questionnaire, you should talk about questionnaire. About conclusive research, it means provide a specific information that aids the decision maker in evaluating alternative courses of action. Okay. Sound statistical method and formal research. Data source tends to be specific and decisive, and also more structured and formal than exploratory data. So if you need more structure and formal database, so you should use conclusive research. And then conclusive research divides two research: descriptive research and causal research. About descriptive research, we describe attitude, perception, characteristic, activities, and situation. As Mr. Akmal mentioned, descriptive means describe the the information. So when you do descriptive research, so it means you should examine about who, what, when, where, why, and how question. All right. And when you have a causal research, it means provide evidence that a cause and effect. Okay. Relationship exists or does not exist. So when you talk about causal research, you should talk about cause and effect, relationship between the information that exists or not exists, and promise is that something, okay, dependent, for example, variable, or directly influence the behavior of something else. Okay, I asked Ms. Masuda, I want Ms. Masuda that I answered your question by end of the class. Okay, thank you. Okay, common characteristics of descriptive study is built on previous information. So when you do descriptive research, your information, you should do your research based on previous information. Show relationship between variables. Representative sample require structure research plan and require substantial resources. And of course, conclusive findings. So, in some previous slide, I mentioned that research design has three main factors of the process. All right, one of them is research strategy. Research strategies can be experiment, can be action research, can be grounded theory, can be survey, can be case study, or ethnography, or archival research. About experiment, when your strategy in the research is experiment strategy, so it will involve definition of a theoretical hypothesis, selection of sample from known population, random allocation of sample, and introduction of plan intervention, measurement, and control of all other variables. This is also the picture that shows you this experiment strategy. The other research strategy is survey. Okay, the key features for survey, we can say popular in business research. As I saw your research proposal, most of the students do survey. Okay, because survey is very popular in business research and perceived as authoritative, allow collection of quantitative data, because the quantitative method also very common in research, business research. Data can be analyzed quantitatively. Sample need to be representative, give the research independence, and the structure observation view can be used as well. So this slide may be important for those students who do survey. Okay. They should know exactly what the key features of the survey. About case study, the key features can be provide a rich understanding of the real-life context. What's the difference between case study with other strategies? The main key features is about the real. Because when you do the case study, it means there is something in a real life, all right? For example, you do your research about the real company, real organization, okay? So when you talk about exactly the real company organization, it means you do case study in your research. Another point is the uses and triangulated multiple sources of data. A case study can be categorized in 4 ways and based on 2 dimensions. Single case versus multiple case, holistic case versus embedded case. Some of the students, I think, they do the action research, and the research strategies is action research. So they should pay attention to these slides, the key features of action research. Research in action, not on action. It is very important. And then involves practitioners in the research. The researchers become part of the organization, promote change within the organization. Can have 2 distinct focuses, all right? The aim of the research and the needs of the sponsor same. So, for example, some of the students want to do their research for their organization or company they work now, all right? So this means action research, because their aim of the research and the needs of the sponsor, meaning their organization or company that they work for them, it's them. So when you do some research like this, it means you do action research. So when you do action research, you should always think about this graph, this picture, I think, that always the context and purpose come to diagnosing, okay, and then planning and then evaluating. Again, From evaluating, you should have a diagnosing, and then planning, taking action, evaluating, and again. It means that you should always, you should recognize, then plan, then take action, and then evaluate. This is a very important part. These four parts is very important for action research. Diagnosing, planning, taking action, evaluating. There is there's another, research strategy is ethnography that I think is not common in business, but I put in this slide just for your information. And to describe and explain the social world inhabited by the researcher, takes place over an extended time period, is naturalistic, involves extended participant observation. Another research strategy is archival research. The key features for this is user administrative records and documents as the principal sources of data. Allows research question focus on the past, and it concentrates by the nature of the records and documents. So if your research all about the documentation and administrative records and something just focus on the past, it means you do the your strategy, your research is archival research. The other important part of the design research process is research choices. About research choices, we can have this picture: mono method and multiple method, and then multiple method divide to mixed method and multi-method, and then they divide also to another two parts. But I think most of the research can be just quantitative or quantitative and qualitative together. Because for business strategy, for business research, I think these two, qualitative and quantitative mix, or just quantitative or just qualitative, more common. And another part of the process of research design is time horizon. That it means select the appropriate time horizon. And it divides to cross-sectional studies and longitudinal studies. For cross-sectional design, it means sample, for example, surveyed at T1, and for longitudinal design, it means sample surveyed at T1, and again, same sample also surveyed at T2. So if you want to compare a cross-sectional versus a longitudinal design, you can have this chart. For example, for detecting change, if you want to have a better detecting change for cross-sectional or longitudinal, the cross-sectional is worse and longitudinal is better. Or for example, for accuracy, again, cross-sectional is worse than longitudinal. Credibility of research findings. This is another important thing in your research because when you don't have, your research doesn't have any credibility findings, so it means nothing. So if you want to have this, you should pay attention to these four parts: reliability, validity, generalizability, logic if, and false assumption. Okay? For research design ethics, remember that the research design should not subject the research population to embarrassment, harm, or other material disadvantage. So if we want to have a summary of today's presentation, we can say that today we understand that we should have a research design that turns research question and objective into project. And then for research design, we have three main parts: research strategies, research choices, and time horizon. And then a research project can be categorized, or for example, research purpose can be categorized as three parts: exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory, that we explain these three. And also research project may be about the time horizon, and we said about cross-sectional and longitudinal. Another important consideration is that the main research strategies may combine in the same project. Okay, you can have a combine of strategy in your research. The opportunities provided by using multiple methods, and the validity and reliability of results, access and ethical considerations. So I put three slides at the end of this presentation about what is the good dissertation, okay? Because I want you to know that whenever you want to do your research, always you should ask yourself about this question during you are doing your research, okay? For example, about the theory development, when you are finding your theory, that your research should be based on your theory, always you should ask that, is it alone enough for a dissertation? It means that this theory that you choose for your research is enough for your research or no. For example, for theory testing, always you should ask yourself, is it the goal of most projects? Is it essential for dissertation or research or no? And always you should have evaluating, and you should think about the contribution to the social science, and about literature assessing. You should think about the viable strategy for dissertation, and when does this constitute a contribution to social science? And is one mode of explanation preferable to the other or no? Is it scientific or no? So that's all. I think today's presentation finished, but maybe some of you cannot hear me very well, or cannot receive the picture and the slide and cannot see it. Alright, I'm so sorry. I don't know today what's the problem. But I will email this slide to you, and I hope you can read them, and if you have a question, then you can answer me. Now, for those students that can hear me and use this slide, if you have a question, you can answer me now. Okay, dear student, if you have any question, you can ask me now. If no, we can talk about your research. Okay, Mr. Akmal has a question. But before this, I think Ms. Masuda has a question too. So let me read the chat box and answer you. Okay, Ms. Masuda, you asked that the conclusion is the last paragraph in your research paper or the last part in any other type of presentation. If I'm not mistaken, you mean that conclusion is a different part, or in each part you have a conclusion. Am I right? Because your question is not clear for me. If you can explain your question, you can ask me now. Miss Masuda. Miss Masuda, can you hear me? Okay, it was a comment, not question. All right, sorry, because you put question mark, I think, okay, all right, yes, you put full stop, yeah, that's correct, yeah, thank you. Okay, Mr. Ekman has another question. Okay, about time horizon. Let me find the slide and explain to you again. Okay. All right. Okay. One of the students, I think Miss Masuda, asked me about the horizon. All right. Let me find the slides. Okay. Miss Masuda, the time horizon is the one part of the process of research design. Okay, and then it's divided to two parts: cross-sectional or longitudinal. All right. So if you do cross-sectional design, it means your sample surveyed at only one period of time, at T1, for example. But if your research choose the longitudinal design, so the same sample also survey at two different times. For example, at T1 and then at T2. Okay. I hope you can get the point. All right. So it depends on your. Okay. So you got it. Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Okay, Mr. Akmal asked me about the holistic case versus embedded case. The holistic case is the very, general case. It's not embedded, all right? Some cases are embedded cases, but some of them is one and just general. Can you hear me, Mr. Akmal? Is it clear for you?
Yeah, it's clear now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then I try to find some example and then email to you, because if you can have an example of this case study, maybe more easier for me. So if I find, I will email to you. Okay, dear student, if you don't have a question, we can start talking about your research and your email that you have sent to me. All right, I got another 2 points in chat box. The first one from Ms. Masuda. that she asked me, can we do our research for our MBA on our organization where we work using action research strategy? Yes, of course. Because I think you are a new student and this is the first session that you attend the class. So maybe some parts are not clear for you. But in the first class that we had, so I asked a student to do the research. I asked a student to do the research for the company or organization if they can, because as this way, when they finish the research, there is someone that waits for the research, and the research can be usable. So it means that it is very good, and I'm very agree with you if you can do the action research. So it's okay and no problem. You can do your research for your organization or company. Another point that Mr. Mohammed Nasir asked me to send a slide. This class research methodology, the procedure like this, that always I send the slides of presentation to a student. So for you, because you are a new student, also I will send the last slides, the previous slides and files that I shared with other students to you as well. Alright, so don't worry, I will email the slides to you. Okay, the other point that I want to mention, again, I ask all of you that don't share the slides and information that I email to you with others, because these slides are taken from different books, different sites, and different available, websites and places that they issue the information for the lecturer. So I just share to you because I know you are students of research methodology class, and you can use them and they are useful for you. So I appreciate if you don't share them with other students, with other people regarding to copyright, regulation. So I think I'm sure that all of you are aware of this regulation. So again, just I want to mention you that please don't share these slides to others. Thank you. Because many of the lecturer doesn't share the slides, but I always trust on my students. So this is, the relation between lecturer and students about the trustworthy. Okay, so if in the future I face the problem and I see that this share cannot be useful for you and just makes problem for me, I will stop to share the slide with you. But at this moment, from before up to now, everything is okay. So again, I ask you to cooperate with me and just see the slides and read them and don't spread and share them. Thank you again. All right. If any of you want to talk about the research or have any question during doing your research, you can ask me now, because for emails, many of you send me emails. It's okay for me, but I can answer your email later than answer your question in the class. So it's better that you answer your question in the class, and then directly I will answer to you. But those who want to email to me, it's okay, but needs that they should be patient, be patient, and then I will answer them, okay? Because each of the students choose one topic, so all of them not same. So I should read about the proposal, I get some information, and then give comments, because it's different with the assignment. For assignment, all of the assignments same question, but because this is the research project, so every of you, each of you do different research. So I need more time to give you comments. So I apologize if you wait for a long time for answering for my answer to your email, but be patient, and I will answer the email one by one, no problem. But it's better if you prepare your question in the class and ask me now. I don't know, Mr. Elias Qiyasi, are you now in the class? No, he's not in the class. I want to talk about his topic. Okay. So, Mr. Abdul Samad Nazari, I have your research proposal. Have you done any other part of your research proposal or no?
Sorry, I'm waiting for your comments. So I have no enough time to review and then make some or something or delete something. But if you send me, if possible, with comments, suggestions, then I will review it again and then send it to you as soon as possible. What do you think?
All right. I think in your research proposal. Okay. Can you mute, or you have another question?
No, I don't have any question.
All right, thank you. Just press the button mute, and then I will explain to you. Because today we have lots of problems. All right, let me press the mute. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nazari. Yes, as I see your research proposal, in every part, for example, problem statement, research objective, research question, you mentioned lots of points, okay? I didn't read exactly, but as I saw now, as I have a look now on your research proposal, it's better that you narrow down this part. For example, for problem statement, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, more than 10 problems you mentioned. I think you should read them again and then focus on the problem statement, the main one. And then again for research objective, like same, you mentioned many items. For research question, maybe it's okay. But for problem statement, you should think about to focus and make it narrow, all right? Can you hear me? Mr. Nazar, can you hear me? Okay. All right. Miss Marzia Mina. Okay, yes. Yes? Yes, Mr. Nazari.
Yes, I will follow your suggestion. I will try to narrow down the problem, part of the problems, and then try to review it again and read the papers you send me once again, and then I will
All right.
send it back as soon as possible.
All right, because you know when you talk about the problem statement, it means you know about all of the problem that available at this moment for your research. And then this is a problem, just problem. But problem statement means the main and most problem that make you to do this research. Okay? So
Okay.
problem statement is different with just problem. So, okay, thank you. You can read them and edit it and then again send to me. I will comment to you. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you very much for your comments.
All right.
Yeah, I will follow your comments.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, Miss Marzia, can you talk to me now? Hello, Miss Marzia. Okay, all right, we had some problem, all right. Miss Marzia, can you hear me now? Because during the presentation also you cannot, yes? Okay, I don't know, you can hear me or no? What about now? Can you hear me now, Miss Marzia, or no? All right. I just want to ask you that your topic is very wide, communicational aspect of project management. At least you should put the place of this research happen, okay? For example, communicational aspect of project management is in company, organization, in where? Or in Afghanistan or no? You should mention it, alright? And then about the rest, I will email to you because you cannot hear me now. I will type to you, okay? And send email. Alright, so you should mention, because now I know you are a student in Afghanistan, but after that when you want to put your research in WWS in other places, maybe the reader cannot, don't know about your nationality. So always you should put the place of your research in the topic. So you think about it that you want to do in a ministry, in which ministry, and then put, for example, communicational aspect of project management in, for example, agriculture ministry in Afghanistan, both the name of ministry and the name of the country. Alright, I will do it. Okay. I will send you the email. And Mr. Akmal, yes, I received your research proposal, but I don't have time to read it. Okay, I will read it. I will read it and then make my comments and send to you soon. You do in the impacts of sustainability of USAID project, yeah, in Afghanistan. All right. So let me give me time I will read it and then give my comments. But I received your research proposal, don't worry. And then I ask a student, don't, wait for my comments because I finalize the topic to you. I mean, when you send me the email about your topic and research area, I answer them, alright? So all of you know the finalized topic, so you can start it to write. For research proposal, I will read and make comments, but the most important thing is the finalized topic, that I finalize the topic of your research one by one, and all of you, if you give me the email about the topic, I answer them, alright? So you can start it and you can do your research review, and then whenever I have time, I will answer the email about the research proposal and something like this. But you can start now. Don't wait for my comments, because the most important thing is topic. If you have topic, you can start. Master or sir? Okay. Master Ismail Sahibzada, can you talk now? Mr. Ismail, can you talk now? Are you new a student? Alright, no problem. Okay, just type for me in the chat box. Did you send me your topic or no? Okay, let me check. What's the topic about? Alright, yes. So you, alright. What is the topic about, Mr. Smith? Can you type in the chat box? Alright, for SME you mean, yeah? A strategic alliance in company, in your company, in where? Alright. Okay. Alright, so you have a finalized topic, so you can start, okay? And whenever you write your research proposal, you can send to me. Thank you. The use of strategic alliances as an instrument for rapid growth by the Afghan companies. I think it's okay. I don't ask you to change the topic. Mr. Saizadeh, can you email to me again your topic and the details, because I think this topic can be okay, and I don't ask you to change it. Alright, so but if I give you some comments, I will review my email and send email to you by today, because about topic I always answer very quickly. All right. Yes. Just I ask you to change the sentence, not the topic. Yes. I ask you to write about the role of strategic alliances for rapid growth in Afghan companies. It's better because when you write, for example, this topic, this is useful for other students also, so you can pay attention now. When you mention this topic, for example, the use of strategic alliances as an instrument for rapid growth by the Afghan companies, it means that you give your suggestion in the topic. Because for maybe some reader when read your topic, they don't agree with this that strategic alliances can be one of the instruments for rapid growth. Okay, and as this way your research reject for this reader. All right. So in your topic, you shouldn't give the direct thing. You should not mention the direct conclusion and suggestion. You should choose the topic general, alright? So, because you mentioned the use of strategic alliances as an instrument for rapid growth, so it means you give your idea, you give your final conclusion and suggestion. So what is your research about? Because in the topic you conclude now, alright? So because of this way, because of this reason, I ask you to change it to the role of strategic alliances for rapid growth in Afghan companies. So in your research, you investigated the strategic alliances, and then maybe you conclude that strategic alliances can be instrument for rapid growth, or maybe cannot. Okay, that's all. All right, thank you. And if you're not agree, if you have another idea about this topic, again you can email to me. But the first topic that you sent to me, I think it's not very suitable as you give your direction the topic. So I change it to this, the role of some strategic alliances. But if you have another idea, again you can change my topic as well. So, Mr. Mohammed Nasir and Ms. Masuda, I wait for your email and then your topic and research area. And because you are a new student, I want to inform you that I am supervisor of students who are doing their research in field of business strategy, strategic management, maybe some field of some area of marketing. So if you want to do your research in other area, for example finance, you should contact to WWS team and then ask them to choose you another supervisor. But you should attend the research methodology class, but for doing your research you need another supervisor. Just I want to inform you. Yes, Ms. Masood, I can supervise you in the field of business strategy, strategic management, and maybe marketing. Depends on your topic, some area of marketing, all right? But about finance, IT, or other area, sorry, I cannot. You should find another supervisor. Thank you. All right. Hello and good evening, Dr. Barak. Can you hear me now? Do you want to talk about your research proposal? Dr. Barak, can you hear me? Okay, okay, Dr. Barak, if you have any question or problem in your research, because I think you have started writing your research, because you write a business plan. So if you have any question, you can ask me now. Or if you cannot hear me, you can type in the chat box.
Good, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening to you. Yes, yes.
Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Dr. Barak.
Hello.
Yes, hello. I can hear you.
Thank you very much for the. Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity you're giving me. I am. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to say that I am working on the business plan, and also I received the sample that you sent to me, and I'm now I have started to put the data into the business plan, and also separately I started market research, and I need some dealers and some wholesalers to find out the number of quality medicines available in the market, and also I discuss the prices with them, and also the feedback they are getting from the farmers and the final users about these medicines. I have very good discussion with them, and now I'm trying to put this information into the business plan and also in my final thesis.
All right, thank you. Okay, yes, yes, I can hear you.
So, yeah, so now I'm in the process of working hardly on the business plan, and also it's for me it's also a pilot project also. So in case of any problem or any question, for sure I will contact you today.
Okay, thank you.
And thank you for your continuous support in this regard.
All right, yes, sure, sure. Okay, thank you, Dr. Barak. Just I want to mention some points to you. The first that as I sent to you and you received the table of content of business plan, so business plan is wider than marketing plan, so also you do your financial analysis as well, don't forget this point. Another thing that I want to tell you that your topic is a business plan for analysis for the agriculture, medicine, for Elaj Mutmahin company. Okay, so when you want to do your literature review, it's better if you find some country that the position is very keen near to the, very close to the Afghanistan, and then find the successful agriculture medicine company in that country and read about them. And then as this way you can get idea about that, what you should do, okay? And also because you are writing the business plan, so you should have a theoretical studying and practical thing both at the same time, alright? It means that you should do the literature review about the successful company, or not successful, maybe the other company that are not successful in the agriculture medicine, but find the reason. And also you should it's better you read about the successful business plan as well, and all of these things together, because your topic is not only theoretical, it's also practical. So maybe you better to do this parallelly, reading about the other companies and other countries and get idea, as well as see the company in Afghanistan and situation in Afghanistan as well, both of the sides. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I already have started contacts with some companies in Pakistan, India, China, and also Iran. I have shared my ideas with them, and now I am waiting for some information and and also for some suggestion from them. And also at the global market, I am searching about the successful companies in agri medicine production. So I'm following both things that you mentioned. So thank you very much for mentioning this point again to me, and I have started already.
All right, thank you. Good luck, Dr. Barak. Good luck. Okay, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I think, I don't know, the students, I want to ask all of you that, have you looked at the slides that I sent to you? Because I didn't receive any question about the slides. Most of the question is about the research that you do. But I ask you to read the slides as well, and then if you have a question, please ask me. Okay, because from up to now, I didn't receive any email about the slides and the question about the slides. So I think maybe the student doesn't have a look at it. So, but the slides are very important. You should read the slides first and then do your research. Okay? This is my suggestion to all of you. Alright, thank you. I hope that you read them and maybe you understand totally and don't have any question. Maybe it's but I ask you, if up to now you didn't read them, and if you have a question, then you can ask me. All right. Another thing that I want to tell to you about our classes, because last session I suggest that the first 6 sessions I will present to you, and the other 6 classes you will present your presentation, your research, okay? But one of the students suggests that I continue my presentation more than 6 class, more than 6 sessions. So I decide to give you a slide and and present the slides for 8 classes. It means that today is the 5th class. The other 3 classes, next classes, again I will have slides and prepare the slides for you and then bring them and explain to you. And then after that, the last 4 class, because I think we have a 12 class. So the last 4 class, I ask you to present your research, okay? Because today, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 10 of you are around 10 of you are available now. So I think I can ask you that do you agree with me or no about this suggestion that we have a class for presentation and then the last 4 class for your presentation? Please give your suggestion in the chat box or you can talk to me now. Okay, so I think you agree with me. So I hopefully will finish the material of this class, research methodology, by end of the 8th class, and then I will choose you, depends on your progress in your research, for the rest, the 4 classes. I think in each class, 2 or 3 of you can present your research. So, because first you can present your research, then you can have my comments and your classmate comments, and after that you can start to write up the final research, okay, the final one. So now you can do your research review, you can write your research proposal, you can find your theory base and write them, and when you finish your research, then make the PowerPoint slide, and after that when you have a presentation and got my comments and classmate comments, you can edit your writing and give me your final write-up. I think as this way is better, because also you can share your knowledge, your research with others, with other classmates, and then have comments of them as well. Yeah, your presentation is about your research. The research that you have done, you can make the presentation from your research. It's not my selected subject. I don't know. Maybe I cannot explain to you clearly. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, Dr. Barak write business plan about agricultural medicine in one of the company in Afghanistan. Okay, you can make a presentation slide from your research. The topic same as your research topic. For example, you can put in the first slide the background of your research. In the second slide, you can put your research objective, research question, and then you can put a slide about your theory, and then data collection, data analysis, and then in the final slides you can put your conclusion. Okay, it's same as same as your research project. Okay. All right. Okay. Dr. Barak answer to Ms. Masuda. All right. So because only we have another 3 weeks that you can write your research. So I ask you to write your research proposal in next 3, weeks, in next 3 weeks. After the 8th class, I will divide the student I think 4 or 5 groups for every session. Okay, I think in every class we can have a 3 presentation. Each of you, maybe the presentation takes around 20 minutes, something like this, 15 to 20 minutes. And after that you can have a question and answer, and after that you can edit your research. Okay, if any of you are volunteers to do the presentation first, you can email to me. For example, I think Mr. Akmal is ready for the 9th class. So today is the 5th class. In the 9th class, you can present your research, Mr. Akmal, as the first one. But I should choose another 2 persons for the 9th class as well. If any of you volunteer, you can inform me, or I can choose from my side regarding to your progress. Okay, thank you. But don't don't forget that the presentation should be around 15 minutes, that we have enough time to have a question and answer and give comments. And the student who will present in the first, for example, in 9th session, the first session of these 3 final ones. So they have more time. They have more time to edit their research. But a student who will present in the last session, their time is very limited to edit their research and then give me the final write-up. So it's better that you present sooner. Also, I sent to you the structure of writing thesis, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. It is a PDF file. Also, I share it in MBA group on Facebook. Okay, this is very useful file. If you have a time, I ask you that first read this PDF file, and then you can get lots of idea from this PDF file, and then start to write your research. This is another another suggestion that I have for you. I will send this file to new students as well. Don't worry. But the rest of the students have received this file, so they can read them. Okay, I asked your student to send me test email. I will answer them with attachment of all files and slides. Again, I type my email address. I ask you to send me the email, please. Then I will answer you, okay? Alright, you can email to me the test email now. And if you have your topic and your research area also, you can send to me. And after that, I will send the attachment. Alright, if you have any other question, you can ask me now about your research, about the site, and whatever. Also, if you have any suggestion that you think we have the better class, you can propose now. You are welcome to give me any, suggestion or comment. Okay, let me tell you something about your email. If you didn't receive any email from me about your research proposal, it means it should be okay and you can start to write your research, okay? Just I answer the email about the topic. If it got some problem, I answered them before, all right? If you don't receive any, email about your topic, it means your topic okay, and you can start your research. For research proposal, also I try to answer your email by my comment and give my comments to you. But the most important thing is the topic. If you have finalized topic, you can start. Don't wait for me. And then, Mr. Akmal, you mentioned that you want to have some info about the thesis. If you mean by info, you mean my comments, I will do it and I will send the email to you soon.
Yes, actually, I was supposed to know about the final deadline of this research or the class, because the topic I'm going to work on or the research I want to do, actually this is for 5 weeks. So I don't know whether I will be able to finish it before the semester, or will stay 1 or 2 weeks more. This was my question, but also my concern.
Okay, finish? That's all?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, about my class, because my class is for 12 sessions, okay, 12 weeks. I think so, but I can check with WWS again. But about your submit, your research final one, your write-up, I can check with WWS. I think you have time by end of the semester, because each semester has 4 months, yeah?
Yeah.
So I think 4 months means 16 weeks. So I think after finish our classes, research methodology class, you should have another 1 month. I think so, but
yeah,
I can check.
Okay,
because
I think I have enough time.
Yeah. So after this, I can check with WWS team again. But I think because each semester got 4 months, so it means 16 classes, and we have only 12 classes. So another 4 weeks you are free to write your research.
Also, I would like to know that research work is a little bit complicated because it needs a lot of work and also hard working. So one is the questionnaire that we already set in our proposal for the main objective of our research. But also, when we go practically on our research, we really need to generate a lot of sub questionnaire to use for finding answer to our main questionnaire we already paid in our proposal. So at the end of the proposal, it will be, I think, from our side to submit the final report or the final research to the WWS. But there will be a lot of annexes or attachment file like tables, questionnaire results, and so on. So it is also necessary to submit the whole package to the WWS or only the final result research.
Okay. All right. If you mean for the presentation for research methodology class, okay, you can present your research that you have done up to that session. Okay. If you don't write your research completely, it's okay. You can present up to the part that you finish it. Okay. But about the final one, the final write-up that you submit to me and to WWS by end of the semester, and all of the attachment and all of the things should be finished. But for presentation, doesn't matter. I hope you can finish it. But if you don't finish, it's okay because I cannot do anything. If you don't finish it, okay, you cannot.
No, actually, I think you did not catch my point. Actually, I asked that the research will have a lot of documents, sub-documents for the research. So should we also submit the whole package of sub-documents for the WWS or only the original report of the research?
You mean, I don't know, if I'm not mistaken, you mean that the whole package should submit to WWS or to me, yes? Your question is this?
No, at the end of the semester we will submit our research report. So,
yes.
For the research we need a lot of work in the field, practically. So we will use some sub-questionnaires, also we will have a lot of tables, we also have some other documents which is helping me for this research. So I mean that should I submit the whole sub questionnaire, tables, all these things, or only the final report?
Yes, Mr. Akmal, of course, because when you submit the research, if you see other research, for example, at the sample, you can find the research sample, the totally one, the complete one in the website. You see that all of these things that you mentioned, for example, questionnaire table, all of them attach the research. Yes, you should attach them because it's a very important part. Yes.
This is good to be clear because
you should attach them. And for example, when I mentioned the pages of the research, if you remember, I sent the sample of MBA thesis for you. Then I mentioned that, for example, it should be 60 pages, exclude the attachment. It means just write up. But you should attach all the things that you use and you refer during your research. Of course, all of them should be attached.
Yeah, because for conducting the survey or for doing the questionnaire, for asking people or the beneficiary or the clients, we will use some hard copies of our questionnaire. So this hard copy should be with me only, but I have to put all this information in the soft copy, or should I scan all these documents?
No. All of them you should attach them. Because all of them, I should check them, because questionnaire, especially for questionnaire, I don't know how's the procedure in WWS team, but me, myself, check all of the questionnaire because I want to make sure that you do the questionnaire and spread the questionnaire between the people. Don't do it yourself, you know. So maybe also I ask you, if you have a questionnaire, also I ask you, please send me the email, all of the email that you send to the people to fill up your questionnaire, and then forward to me all of the answers. That make me sure that you do the questionnaire, because at this way I can, you know, understand the accuracy of your research. So for my side, I need all of the attachment, all of the things, all of the reference that you refer during to the, you know, doing your research. But about WWS, I don't know. Maybe they ask just the right up. I don't know. But me, as your supervisor, I need all of them. So you should attach all of them, Mr. Ekman.
Okay, good. It's good to be clear in the initial, yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and then it's not only me or only, you know, WWS. It's a clear rule in every place that when you do the research, you attach in the academic area. I mean, when you do the research for master degree or PhD degree, that all of the, you know, attachment should be available with your, you know, research. It's not my idea. All right, yeah, got it? Because it's not my idea or WW's idea. It's a rule that all the questionnaire table or all of the things that you use in your research should be attached by your research.
All right, I think it is getting
all right.
difficult.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
All right, thank you. Welcome. Okay, and so I think all of the students now get the idea that they should attach all the things that they use in their research with their research, not just the write-up. I will check all of them. Another thing, Mr. Sharaf, what do you mean you didn't receive any email from WWS? Which email do you mean? Can you talk now, or can you write in the chat box? I don't understand what you mean. Hello, Mr. Sharaf, can you hear me? Alright, Mr. Sharaf, I think you mean the mail about the appoint new supervisor to you, because if I'm not mistaken, your topic is about finance. Okay, I didn't receive any email from WWS as well, so I will contact them again and ask them to appoint another supervisor in field of financing for you. But if you need another email that you didn't receive from WWS, please inform me. Okay, thank you. So any other question? If you have any other question or suggestion, you can talk about it now. Alright, dear students, if you don't have any other question or suggestion or something that you want to talk about it, we can finish this class now, and hope to see you in next class, I mean next Monday. I think there isn't any question or suggestion now, so we can finish the class. Alright, I will send the slides of today to you by email, and I apologize for any inconvenience that because today's class we have some problem in slides and voice, and I hope next class we have without any problem. And then I ask you, if for those students that they don't choose the topic and research area now, I ask them to choose the topic and research area very soon and email to me, because we don't have enough time to finish the research if you don't have any research topic yet. And another thing, for the presentation, I will ask you to inform me if you are volunteer for the first class of presentation of student, I mean the 9th class. Okay, I hope you have a very good weekend, and I'm glad to have this class today with you. Alright, goodbye and see you in next class. Thank you.